In this introduction, we must to know about what is free fall. Free fall is any motion of a body where gravity is the only force acting upon it. A body will experience a constant acceleration when it falls in the gravitational field of the Earth from a certain height to the ground, as long as the falling distance is small and the friction can be neglected. Motion characteristic of free-falling object. First, free-falling objects do not encounter air resistance. And second, all free-falling objects accelerate downward at a rate of 9.8 meters per second square. As you can see in this formula, when the object starts at time 0, where the initial velocity is 0, the distance is covered in the time t is h equal to half gt squared, where gravitational acceleration is g and time falling is t. As for gravitational force, as you can see in the formula, where F equal to mg, where m is the mass of the object and g is the gravitational acceleration.
Objectives that can be achieved in this experiment are to measure the falling time of an object between suspended object and the contact surface ground. Next, to determine the relationship between displacement of falling object and the square of the falling time. And lastly, to determine the gravitational acceleration by studying the motion of free-falling object.
Apparatus and equipment used in this experiment are sellotape, paper clip, plasticine, ball pen, smartphone with VFox application, and the threshold is set to 0.04 and minimum delay is set to 0.2 seconds. And the last one is measuring tape.
Assalamualaikum and good morning. Okay, today I will do my experiment on our topic is free fall motion. Okay, let's restart.
Repeat the same step for the different height for 70 cm, 65 cm, 60 cm, 55 cm, 50 cm, 45 cm, 40 cm, 35 cm, and 30 cm.
That's all for my part. Okay, next we will go to discussion part.
From this experiment, each value take 3 readings of time taken. Then we calculate the average value of the time taken. We take the measurement from 100 cm to 30 cm. And lastly, tabulate and record the data of the result obtained. Next, for the discussion.
For next part is discussion. Based on the result that is shown in the table, as the falling distance for paperclip to drop getting increases, the falling time for paperclip to touch the floor also getting increases. The inconsistent value of falling time may due to the effect from external factors such like air resistance and the delay time for the 5-volt apps to detect the sound of pen when the paperclip is dropped. So, in order to minimize the defect or the error, the experiment is repeated about 3 times for each distance.
So for the conclusion, the objective of this experiment has been achieved since we managed to understand the motion of an object in free fall under the influence of gravity. When falling freely under the influence of gravity at the same point on the Earth, all objects, regardless of their mass, experience the same acceleration, which is g equal to 9.8 milli/second square. We also can conclude that the height from which the object is thrown or falling down and the time taken to reach the ground have no effects on its acceleration. So, due to constant gravitational acceleration, the relationship between the falling distance h is directly proportional to the falling time t. So, as the falling distance h increases, the falling time t is also increases.